Yo, what is up, everyone? So, first off, if anybody wants to see just the original videos, just the original live stream, I'm going to be putting the link to the SDS Twitch page in the description. So, yeah, like some people may not want to hear me ramble on over these videos. If you do not, then just check out the description. I'll be posting the link to that. And then you could just check out all the archived videos from the live stream yesterday because, yeah, there was a couple. Like, I'm not really sure how much there was in total, but there was at least like 3 or 4. I mean, I think 1 or 2 of them may have been just like from the dev tournament and stuff. But there was one regarding Road to the Show, everything they discussed about Road to the Show. That was one of the videos. And then I think the other one was just the other part of the stream or something, graphical improvements or something. So, yeah, like, if you want to check those out, do so because, yeah, like, I'm going to be talking about just Road to the Show. Just create a player, I guess, because I already made a couple videos regarding Road to the Show, just some of the gameplay and stuff, like what you can expect to see right after you create your character, pretty much, because I did show some of, like, the Scout Day stuff. Even though there wasn't that much, I did show like a couple of the, interactions from the Scout Day and just some of the interactions after the Scout Day, like before the draft and stuff, which is pretty much what they showed after this Create a Player. So I'm just going to be showcasing the Create a Player for this video. Because, yeah, like, I think right after they created this player, they just went into the Scout Day, and they pretty much just showed, like, what can happen if you make different decisions, since, like, it's going to be, like, an RPG type of, story when you have to, like, make certain decisions for your career to go a certain way. And it was cool, too, because when they were discussing that, it was, like, they were making certain decisions that may not have been like what you should have done. Like sometimes it was like you get drafted from a certain team, and then the GM would call you and be like, "What do you think about getting drafted from the Marlins or something?" And your guy, or you would choose to say, "I don't know, like I really don't like that" or something, and then he would be like, "Wait, what?" Pretty much, and then you can go back and kind of reverse that and be like, no, sorry, like you can apologize for that and kind of go back. So it's not like you make one decision, because I know like some RPG games, man, like I've played a good amount of RPG games in my time, and I know that some of them you can't really go back after you make certain decisions. This game, I like that you can do that. You can kind of make, like, even if you just want to be a dick or something for like a certain scene, you can kind of do that, and then you can kind of like reverse that even like later in the interactions and stuff. But yeah, this Create a Player stuff, I mean, they did show like some videos talking about like Create a Player and stuff, but I don't think they showed like all of the facial hairs and hairstyles and stuff, because like they did make a couple Create a Player videos. They were just talking like what you could do to your player, like what's new and stuff, but they did not show like every single facial hair, every single hairstyle, every single head shape, because there's like 49 new head shapes and like 22 new hairstyles or something and 35 facial hairs. It could be the other way around actually, but I just think this is really cool and just deserved a video in its own, because they really went into depth and detail going on about Create a Player. Because yeah, like even when they did make those videos, they weren't that long. This is a good amount of time that they discuss Create a Player and stuff. And the really cool thing about like facial hairs and stuff in this is that you can like stack them. So you can give your guy like a crazy furry beard or something, and you can give him like a kind of goatee to go on top of that, or just a soul patch or something. So I mean, you can stack facial hairs, so I think that's pretty cool too. You don't just have to choose from one. You can kind of just combine a bunch so you can look different from everybody else. And a lot of these facial hairs and hairstyles too are, I think that some of them are kind of like after real players. Like some of them, like I know like Josh Donaldson has his own, and a couple of them, like Raleigh Fingers has his own, I'm pretty sure, and a couple other people have their own too. Obviously, I can't think of them right on the spot right now, but a couple of these, I think Justin Turner has his own. So yeah, like a couple of these facial hairs and hairstyles were like modeled after certain players in the game and just in real life and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So with hairstyles too, like I'm not really sure which one it is, if the hairstyles are 22 or if the facial hairs are 22. Either way, it's a good amount, man. Like, this is the thing, in previous Road to the Shows, like, it was kind of like when I played, I don't know, when, at least for an example, when I played Road to the Show, although I haven't played Road to the Show that much in the past couple MLB The Show games, I really didn't take the time to create a player. Like, yeah, I did do it and try and make my guy look, not like a robot or something, or just some, one of the one of the random guys they give you right off the bat. I didn't really want to make my guy look like that. I just kind of, change a few things. But it didn't take that much time. Like, this time around, you're going to be taking a good amount of time to create your player, especially if you want to make him look like yourself, because I know a lot of people like to do that. And with all the new features and just all the new details to, like, player faces and just everything you can do to your guy, it's just ridiculous, man. Like, it's really, really impressive what they have done with the creative player this year. Like, all the new player faces, I'm sure everybody's seen it by now. Like, just from, like, seeing the MLB 16 player faces to MLB 17 is insane. It's pretty crazy, actually, now that you think about it. And then, actually, at the beginning of the live stream, too, they were also discussing, like, some of the graphical improvements. And they were showing, too, like player lighting on faces and stuff, and just some players, like, sitting in the dugout, and how it's more realistic, and how, like, the lighting on people's faces, if they're, like, sitting in the shade, or if they're in the sunlight and stuff, looks different and more realistic, because that did kind of bother the guys at SDS. That didn't really look that real. Well, it did look realistic, but it didn't look as realistic as they wanted it to. But yeah, man, they did show a couple examples. Like, I think, like, Carlos Santana was up at the plate, and they showed him getting a hit out of the box, and then when he was going up the line, it showed, like, a beam of sweat going down his face, and it's just like, man, like, how much improvements have they really done to this game? Like, this is one of the last things I found out that was even going to be in the game, was all the graphical improvements, like player faces and stuff. Like, that was one of the last things I found out they were going to do. So yeah, you're seeing all the player facial hairs and hairstyles right now. Like, look at all these crazy facial hairs. This is gonna be amazing, man. They got, like, a King Felix kind of goatee right there. So, and this, yeah, like, they also changed, like, if you want to be a catcher too, they changed, not changed, but they made it so you can have, like, a catching style too. So you can have, like, your guy on one knee, you can have him, like, set up in a certain position. So, like, I personally haven't played Road to the Show with a catcher, and I don't know what that's like. I'm not really sure. I don't think I really heard anyone ever play with a catcher before. It's either they play with, like, a shortstop or a center fielder or just, like, a pitcher. But yeah, there wasn't too many people I heard play as a pitcher too, which I think would be pretty cool, because you'd have a good amount of, time playing the game. Like, I know some Road to the Show games, it seems like nothing happens in the game. Like, you'll come to the plate like 3 or 4 times, but other than that, you may not even get, like, an opportunity in the field. So that can feel like the game just blew by. But sometimes, especially if you're like a catcher or a pitcher, it can feel like you're involved in every aspect of the game. So this is something that's also been put into the game this year too, is that you can have, like, your own home run celebration on top of having, like, your own home run swing. So you can have like Jose Bautista's home run swing, but you could have, like, Altuve's home run celebration around the bags. And I think Ramon Russell did say too that what they're going to try and do in MLB 18, maybe next year's game, is they're going to try and make it so, like, you have a different home run celebration for every bag. So you could have, like, Altuve's home run celebration at first base, Arenado's at second base, and, like, Miguel Cabrera's at third base or something, and then somebody else is at home plate, which would be very cool. I mean, that really doesn't matter that much to me, at least, but that's just going to be a new feature in the game next year that I guess Ramon Russell did bring up. But yeah, like, you just get to see, like, all the new home run celebrations, all the players they have that you can choose from, because, yeah, like, there's a good amount too. Like, there's 3 pages of home run celebrations. I'm not really sure if they have, like, a default, like, if they have default ones. I know that you can have a couple, or you can have a lot. You can choose a lot of players to have for your home run celebration, but I didn't really see if you can have, like, a default one. Probably can, obviously, but yeah, other than that, man, they were just going on and talking about, like, all the creative player, like, facial hairs, hairstyles, and just what has been new with creative player this year, because, yeah, like, they really didn't go into detail. Yeah, they did go into detail, but I don't think they showed, like, every single, facial hair and hairstyle, like I said at the beginning, because when they did make those videos, they were just saying, like, yeah, you can have a bunch of facial hairs, you can have a bunch of new, like, body shapes and just home run celebrations, but they didn't show every single one. One thing that's new this year too is that you can give your guy, like, a husky kind of body type, which is, like, in between being fat and in between being, like, just medium sized, I guess. Kind of guys they kind of brought up that would have the husky body type, or like Schwarber or Rizzo or something like that. And that's also cool because it looks like, sometimes it looked like every single person in Road to the Show looked the same. But since you can have, like, a different body shape now, and you can kind of give your guy, like, a more lengthy spine too. So if you're, like, a Chris Sale type of body, your body will be, like, more lanky and stuff. So that's yet another cool feature. I mean, they have, like, a bunch of new hair colors and stuff you can choose from. You can even give your guy, like, red hairstyle or red hair color, or, like, white, I think was one of the possibilities you could give your guy too. So yeah, man, like this is just what we can expect to see when you are creating your player, because this is, I don't know, this is gonna be hype, man. Like I really don't know what I'm gonna do for Road to the Show yet. Like if I'm gonna model my guy after somebody else or just try and create my a character that looks like me. Probably not. I have no idea. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to give everybody a quick rundown on that, quick showcase of Create a Player if they didn't see anything yet. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up, and I will see everybody in the next video.